And we're here at the Big Jab, 96.3, the radio home of the Red Claws, and look who's back.
Hey.
Chris Sedenka, congratulations.
Well, it's great to be back, thanks, Evans, and certainly looking forward to Season 8 of calling Maine Red Claws basketball games. We're not that far away, but before we do that, why don't we take a look back to last year, another successful season for the Maine Red Claws.
31 wins for the Red Claws, back-to-back 30-win seasons, the first two in franchise history. Back-to-back Atlantic Division championships for the Red Claws, the first two in franchise history. Coach Scott Morrison really getting the job done on the floor, and he's back for another year.
It's exciting to see Scott back. I think a lot of us have really watched the maturation process on the floor of the players, but also from him too, and we talk about it all the time. This is a development league, not just for players, but for coaches as well, and we've certainly seen the guys get the call-up, and we'll see kind of what the future holds for Scott. I think a lot of people certainly like him, and they're impressed to see what he's doing here.
One thing is clear, the Celtics really like him. They want to keep him around. This is a role that they think is very important. This isn't a demotion to stay in the D-League for him. He's been working all off-season with the Celtics. He traveled out to Los Angeles to work out number 3 draft pick Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart, keep them in shape in the off-season, and he's been with the Celtics in training camp as well for the second straight year. They really like him.
Well, you mentioned him working with a lot of players, and you've seen it from Terry Rozier to James Young to so many other young players who the Celtics trust in the hands of Scott Morrison, and you're starting to see that more and more across the league. But I think the Celtics really have been one of those teams that have been the forefront of that.
Well, I think that's what makes the NBA Development League so great. You can go to the Portland Expo, small, intimate atmosphere, and see the 3 2015 draft picks of the Celtics last season. Terry Rozier, RJ Hunter, Jordan Mickey, all playing significant games here with the Red Claws, and now you see Rozier, who's really developed, in part by playing in the Development League, into a really great player who's going to really go forward here with the Celtics. I don't think we're going to see Rozier a lot this season. He's going to be with the C's.
And quickly, finally, to go back one more time to last year, as successful as it was, there's just one more goal, one more hurdle for this team to find, and that is some success in the playoffs.
Right, another year where they just couldn't get over that hump in the playoffs, but you're right, it's the final hurdle for the Red Claws is to get some success in the playoffs. We've seen it everywhere else, on the court, in the community. Now the playoffs is the next goal.
League-wide, this is going to be really exciting this year. 3 new teams, including a team in Greensboro, one right outside of Chicago. It's called Windy City.
Right.
And then, of course, the Long Island Nets, who open the season in Portland in November. So
Correct.
Exciting to see.
November 18th, the home opener against Long Island. 22 teams in the D-League now. That goal is to have the true 30 for 30 NBA D-League, true minor league system, and they're getting close. 22 teams now, all in really major markets. It's a pretty cool thing.
And it's really hard to believe it's been 8 years, and to see the growth of this league, Evans, it's unbelievable. Obviously, the goal is going to be 30 for 30, and that's going to happen. That will be a reality, and it's great to be here in Portland, established and ready to roll.
I can't believe it's year 8.
Here we go.